Welcome back to the Center Square Daily. I'm your host, Greg Bishop, and we now put Illinois in focus, where earlier this week, Governor J.B. Pritzker was on stage with Hillary Clinton at a Common Sense Summit. And this summit touched on all kinds of things, but for the 30 minutes that Hillary Clinton was on stage with Governor J.B. Pritzker, there seemed to be some signals of political futures. So let's hear a little bit of the two giving each other accolades while in front of an audience.
I am thrilled to be sitting next to my friend and the governor because I first met JB because he was so devoted to early childhood development, and we worked together on that, back in the, Middle Ages, and it was his commitment to children that really made a big impression on me.
I just want to say, listening to Hillary Clinton talk about what our children deserve is, well, I think I've certainly been listening to you for 25 or more years now about that, and I'm just so, frankly, to be up on stage with her, to have even close to equal position sitting next to you is an honor.
So again, the governor there joining Hillary Clinton on stage, and he went further than just saying that Clinton has done great things and praising her past, but Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker, who himself has been speculated as somebody vying for the 2028 presidential bid, he says Hillary Clinton should run for president.
Finally, I wish that we were going to have Hillary Clinton run for president, for example. Because honestly, that's what I thought we were going to get, was real change, and we're going to get it. It's just that it's now happening at the state level. Let's keep supporting it there and then take it.
Now, watching this, some may think is Pritzker maybe vying be the VP for another bid by Hillary Clinton to be president, or is Pritzker aligning himself with the Clintons ahead of a 2028 bid? The governor has a third term he's seeking for here in Illinois that he's got to get through an election in November. But what happens after November if the governor wins? Will he then shift his campaign strategy to look towards the 2028 election? Now, the Clintons and the Pritzkers are very close in the past. Even just recently, you had President Bill Clinton during a subpoenaed testimony in front of the House investigating the Epstein files, talking about Pritzker being on a flight, not with Epstein, but with the Clinton Foundation overseas, and he praised J.B. Pritzker for his help in those things. So there is a close connection between J.B. Pritzker and the Clintons. But you have the president and others that are critical of Democrats. We'll hear what President Donald Trump had to say today during a cabinet meeting. But first, the governor of Illinois, again, somebody who could possibly be running for president in 2028, though he said he's focused only on Illinois. He says that there needs to be an increase to the minimum wage.
We all ought to be talking about raising the minimum wage and also valuing, especially in an AI, imposed world, valuing service work and work to care for people, like just providing companionship for lonely seniors is like a job that doesn't exist today, but one thing that we ought to be talking about. And then value the work because it takes real skill to be a good child care worker and a good home care worker.
Now, a lot of this Common Sense Summit in California, at least for Pritzker and Clinton's conversation, did focus on early childhood development, and they laid out a slew of different priorities and policies they say should be bipartisan. But you have Pritzker, who every time it seems he's in front of a microphone does criticize President Donald Trump, saying that the president's trying to take benefits away from people all across the country.
This president and his administration has truly he's put obstacles in the way after all these years of progress. He's put obstacles in the way, and if I sound like I made a joke the other night about, people have said about me that I say, oh, Trump, 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 Trump. I sound like the Epstein files.
That's good. That was a good one.
But genuinely speaking, they're taking away food assistance. They're taking away food assistance from the most needy people in our society. They're taking away health care from the youngest children in our society and, again, the most trauma-filled communities.
Now, President Donald Trump obviously looking at trying to get after waste, fraud, and abuse in various programs and seeming to indicate that his policies are meant more to take funds away from those who are abusing them, not those who actually need them. But that's some previous statements the president's made and the administration's made about his efforts to try to shore up things like SNAP or TANF or other different types of programs, child care funding and such. But the president today, during a White House event where it was a cabinet meeting with all the various cabinet secretaries, the president took a moment after being asked about Democrats and the election. He says he doesn't really care about the Democrats.
I don't care about the Democrats. The Democrats hate our country. The Democrats are in chaos right now. And they have no common sense. You know, they have one quality that's amazing. They stick together. And it's harder because they stick together in a ridiculous policy like men playing in women's sports, open borders for everybody, including murderers and anybody else that want it. We're open to you. Come in, murderers. You know why they do that? They do that for a couple of reasons, but they do it for votes because they think they're going to vote for the Democrats. Even though I did great with the Hispanic vote, we're a party of common sense. The Democrats are a party of insanity. They're a party that will destroy our country. If I didn't win this election, I believe our country would have been destroyed by now. 1 year, that's all it would have taken. If you had Kamala or Sleepy Joe, either one, it wouldn't have mattered. They're the same thing. Two sleepy people, two stupid people.
Now that the primaries are over in Illinois, we've got several months of politicking expected heading into the November election, but you're going to have to continue strapped in because it's going to be an interesting slog through to the 2028 election as to who's going to try to run for president. All right, so that is Illinois in Focus with the Center Square Daily. And be sure to sign up for our newsletter at thecentersquare.com, but also like, subscribe on social media anywhere you find the Center Square. And you can get more information at thecentersquare.com. From my studios in Central Illinois, I'm Greg Bishop, and you can join us back here to wrap up the week for a Friday for more stories impacting you, the taxpayer, from all across the country, only with the Center Square Daily.